The scriptures of the Holy Bible, the inspired revelation of Almighty God to mankind, have foretold today's world conditions and trends. We are living in that time when the human race is confronted with that grim prospect of total annihilation. Many nations have an extensive arsenal of nuclear weapons that can wipe out every man, woman, and child from the face of this earth many times over. Will the living God of supreme mind intervene with total power and save humanity from destroying itself? Let's take a look at what causes wars. We find the answer in the New Testament book of James in chapter 4. Let's read verses 1 through 3, where we will find the cause of war. From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence even of your lusts, that war in your members? You lust and have not. You kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. You fight and war, yet you have not, because you ask not. You ask and receive not, because you ask amiss, that you may consume it upon your lusts. These scriptures make clear that the basic cause of war is carnal human nature. Because of man's greed and lust, his selfish desires, he will go to war and take by force the property of others. Mankind has tried to bring about world peace, but his efforts have always failed. But God never fails. He has the ultimate solution to put an end to war. The prophet Isaiah spoke about the latter days, the times we are living in now. He was inspired by God to record that world peace is coming. Don't believe me, believe what is written in the Holy Bible, because it is God speaking. I am only reading what he inspired the prophet Isaiah to record. If you have a Bible, please turn to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, and we will read verses 2 through 4. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come you, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. Millions have lost their lives in war. Veterans have paid a heavy price and continue to suffer the effects of war throughout their entire lives. Because man was not willing to trust and obey God, he has allowed the nations to learn the hard way. The time is now drawing closer when God will send Jesus Christ back to this earth to finally bring peace. All of this death and suffering will end when Christ returns and rules all nations. There is another prophecy showing that this will happen sooner than we think. Turn to Micah chapter 4 and notice verse 3. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Mankind will move from a war economy to an agricultural economy. Continuing reading verse 3. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. Never again will fathers and mothers watch their sons and daughters be sent off to die or to be injured in war. Never again will fathers and mothers, husbands or wives hear a knock on their door early in the morning and find 2 uniformed soldiers bringing sad news of the death of their loved one. Never again will sons and daughters be taught to hate and kill another human being in war. This is how we know that there will be no more wars, because God says that he will put an end to war. Psalms chapter 46, verse 9, makes this point absolutely clear. I will read this from the New King James Bible, verse 9. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. He burns the chariot in the fire. God will stop all war. What a glorious time lies ahead for all mankind, because there will be true and lasting peace forever. This is Gary Schaefer with the Constant Church of God.